I'm not meaning to come off shady or mean or belittling anyone's career.
Well, you failed miserably. Now, anybody who's watched my videos before or any of my other content knows responding to other content creators really isn't my thing. But you attack my family? However, I do want to start by saying I realize her opinions are not reflections of all nurses. Because I'm a proud supporter of our nurses and all of our frontline workers. I believe they should get the pay they deserve. I think we should be working together to create better working conditions as well as better pay for all industries across the board, not working against each other and creating these divisions for no reason. Unfortunately, CIS decided to go the opposite way, read a headline, and just run with it. So the first thing I wanted to do was address the whole point of this video, which was the pay. Now, the headline to the article starts by saying that flight attendants are fighting to get $92 an hour as our max out pay in our new contract that we're negotiating. Now, what it doesn't tell you is how that actually equates when you do the math of how our job works and how we're actually paid. But to actually understand that, you need to know how we're actually paid. So, as most people kind of understand and have heard, flight attendants aren't paid until the doors closed. And in certain airlines, that kind of means different things. For us, it actually means when we release the brake. So basically, the door closed and we're pushing back from the gate. So I want you to think about that. From the time we sign in to until we walk to our gate, board the aircraft, board all the passengers, serve pre-departures, until that door is closed, we're not getting paid. When that door opens, again, our pay has stopped. So when we're deplaning the passengers, walking to our next flight, if we have to wait until our next flight, maybe a couple hours, again, all of this time that we're spending at the airport is unpaid. Now, this brings me to the next part, which is the longer math. Try to stay with me. Now for this math, I'm going to actually use some very general information about our schedules and our pay so you can kind of follow along. So let's just use, for example, the $92 an hour that we're negotiating for. That $92 an hour is divided by our flight hours. Now, the average flight attendant schedule varies quite a bit, but based on our contracts and based on the airline, they kind of equivalent to about 75 to 80 hours a month. But let's just use the 80 hours a month. Okay, so we're going to start with that $92 an hour. We're going to multiply that by the 80 hours a month. That comes out to 7,300 a month. Now let's divide that by 4 weeks in a month. We get $1,840 a week. And then divide that by 40 hours a week, which is the normal work week, and that's $46 an hour. So very different than the $92 an hour that she was making a big deal. But again, that's $46 an hour for only flying time. So all of that other time I was mentioning before, going to and from the aircraft, boarding and deplaning the aircraft, all of that is still unpaid. So we'll do that annual income, $46 an hour times 40 hours a week, 1,840 a week. Multiply that by how many weeks in a month, you get $7,360. Multiply that by 12 months and $88,320. And so this $88,000 a year that you saw is actually gross pay before taxes, retirement, and healthcare. So again, the number's still going to keep going down. And this is, again, after 13 years of working for the airline and getting to the max out pay. So now that $92 an hour we mentioned doesn't sound so crazy, does it? Now you can also do this math with our new hires. So our new hires will be getting approximately $40 an hour with this contract proposal. If you do the exact same math, that comes to about $38,000 a year, and that's starting pay as well as gross. I hope after doing all this math with you and giving you this information, it helps you understand why the flight attendants are fighting for that $92 an hour max pay, as well as why it's deserved. As flight attendants, we go through rigorous training when we initially start as a new hire, as well as annually in our recurrent training to help us be prepared for all these situations you may face when there's an emergency on the aircraft. She has also made an ignorant comment about how flight attendants are unnecessary and can be replaced by AI, so I wanted to address that with a fact. This is an FAR, or a flight attendant regulation. And that's the reason why for the life of me, can't understand why another frontline worker would attack another work group like flight attendants over pay. It makes no sense, it creates division, and it also creates a lot of misinformation. Not to mention, all you had to do was ask. If she had just had a conversation with a flight attendant, asked us how our pay works, how the working conditions are, I think this could have been avoided, but instead she decided to come on TikTok and spread misinformation for no reason. The amount of shade and disrespect she showed in her video and in her comments following the video were not tolerable. It's the reason I made this video, and I had to address this situation. I think what bothers me the most about her video is the lack of respect toward flight attendants, and that includes my colleagues, because I have so much respect for nurses and other frontline workers out there. So I hope she gets the clout and attention that she wanted from this video, and next time, just at least do some research beforehand.
Because if they can demand $92 an hour, I'm going to throw in my degree and I'm going to go be a flight attendant.
So it looks like she wants to be a flight attendant herself if we get this raise. I'm going to say hold off on the application, because I think I speak for myself and most of my colleagues when I say the person we want sitting in a jump seat next to us is someone we mutually respect and trust.